What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a Sunday fun day. And this is a special fun day. August 4th, 2024. Before we get into that, we're battening down the hatches, getting ready for a tropical storm. Tropical storm Debbie, that old slut Debbie, always a pain in the ass. Apologies if you have a loved one named Debbie. I'm just referring to the storm. I don't know why they have to name the storms. I find it offensive. Why not just numbers? Can never run out of numbers, but you will run out of names. Anyway, you got to have if you live in Florida, you got to have about 3 or 4 good weather apps to track these stupid freaking storms. So just a tropical storm, nothing to see here. We'll get a few inches of rain. So yeah, the worst thing is you just can't go outside much. So that's my life. That's what we're going through today. But hey, they are still practicing up in Columbus. That's all that matters. We're going to talk about Saturday's practice today. And then tomorrow I'll have some more news and notes on today's practice. So let's get into what happened on Saturday at the practice. So they had the shoulder pads on. First 2 days, they were just in helmets. Now they got shoulder pads and helmets on, but they were just doing thud, no tackling to the ground. So you just, wrap the guy up if you're on defense and don't take him to the ground. But Ryan Day really set the tone early. He really increased the intensities and was more fiery. So got the guys geared up and lubed up. So starting with Will Howard, it looks like he's starting to make a move and really set himself apart. He was throwing the ball with more velocity. What you really want to see him is stacking good days on top of each other, just climbing that staircase. So Thursday was okay. Friday was maybe a little better. Saturday might have been his best day yet. So that's exactly what you want to see from your starting QB, assuming he is, of course. But Howard didn't start off hot. He had some iffy throws during the 7-on-7 red zone period. He didn't turn the ball over, but the offense did not score during that 7-on-7 red zone period. So, and that's the whole point of 7-on-7 in the red zone, right? That's one of OSU's major issues last year, was scoring in the red zone. So you gotta work on that, gotta improve that. So, but Howard got stronger over practice. He completed almost all of his passes during the later 7-on-7 period, and he completed every pass during the team periods, 11-on-11. So Howard was efficient on the run pass options, the RPOs. He made the right decisions, and then he continued to spin the ball well. His decision making really stood out and was all good there. He was again strong in the pocket when under pressure. He didn't just bail and fold up. Howard showed off his running ability when he found the edge on a 70-yard touchdown during one of the team periods. So running the quarterback, design runs for the quarterback, those are happening. Those are real. He showed good decision-making in the quick game. I mentioned the RPOs. Devin Brown started off a little slow, but connected on a couple of deep passes to Emeka late in practice. He seemed to struggle with accuracy on his short throws. It's one of those things that you kind of like. It's hard to describe how a guy can put one on the money from 40, 50 yards away, but can't make it an easy 10-yard pass. It's kind of mystifying sometimes, but Brown finished well overall. Julian Sand is actually getting some first team reps. So it looks like, I don't want to say it yet, but it looks like he's in the top 3. Looks like Sand is past Lincoln and definitely past Air, but feels like Howard is starting to surge ahead of everyone. He needs to keep putting these good days together. So it's been an encouraging start for this fall camp at the quarterback position. Let's move to the offensive line. They actually had a good day, which is real point of concern. It wasn't a full contact day, but with the shoulder pads on, the lineman could get a little more physical, get those pads popping, but Ohio State's offensive line as a group put together a solid day. They won the competition during back-to-back pass rush periods against the D-line. Josh Fryer started by winning against Jack Sawyer. If you remember about this time last year, the offense could not even function because the O-line could not stop the D-line. Now, that's kind of getting flipped on its head. Josh Fryer was not beating Jack Sawyer last year. This year, different story. And same for everyone down the line. All the first 5 offensive linemen won all 5 of their matchups in pass rush drills. There was some back and forth, but the offensive line won more than it lost. Fryer and Tegra Shabola stood out during the pass rush periods. Shabola is actually a little slimmer, and his feet are moving much quicker. He's still very much in competition at the right guard spot. So the first team periods had both Shabola and Hinsman working with the first team offensive line. Hinsman and Luke Montgomery are both getting work at guard and center. It seems like right guard will come down to either Hinsman or Tegra. So I'm not sure where that leaves Luke, maybe in the 2 deep. But there were some open rushing lanes. That's good for the running game during the team periods, especially when the first team was out there. Pass protection held up for a couple deep shots for Devin Brown and Julian Sayin to take downfield. McLaughlin is at center only. He's not working at any other guard spots or anything like that. So one position only for him. But it wasn't a perfect day for the O-line. It was what you hope for on the first physical day, The D-line definitely won its share of battles. Caden McDonald, Jason Moore, and Edric Houston all had good reps. But you got to give the overall win to the offensive line yesterday. So they held up quite well and against the D-line. And obviously we know the D-line is really good. So that's saying something. On the defense, they're focusing on the takeaways. Jim Knowles talked about it on Friday. Even though the offense had a good day, the defense didn't have a bad day overall. The Buckeye secondary continues to play fast and physical. Love it. The linebackers are flying to the ball. Some of the young defensive linemen are flashing already. Jim Knowles on Friday said that's one area of focus during camp is takeaways. They want to be better. They want to be in the top 5 in takeaways in the country. They were top 5 in a lot of other defensive categories, but not turnovers. So the defense had a fumble recovery and 2 interceptions on Saturday. The first pick came from linebacker Arbel Reese. He dove for a tipped pass, made the interception. The second on a similar play when Jordan Hancock batted a pass away from a Mecca, and that was snagged out of the air by Caleb Downs. So love to see these guys around the ball, looking for the ball, not just quitting on the play because you saw the pass get tipped. So Hancock actually showed up a lot on Saturday, and he was mixing it up against the run and then getting his hands on a few passes, hands on balls. That's what we love, right? Hands on freaking balls. Say it with me. The back and forth in practice is probably what the coaches would like to see. Offense, defense, each side wins some reps. They have a defense they know will be good, and an offense that's going to have to keep working to find its stride, to start humming, hit that rhythm. So it's coming. It's going to happen. So it's looking good, feeling good. Just got to keep working. This is early in camp. We got like 25 total practices in fall camp. So this is only practice 3, but you're building. Again, you're building, those blocks, like Ryan Day talks about, the foundation. So you got to keep getting higher and higher every day. So, let's see. What's the radar look like now? Oh, more rain. Shocker. So hopefully we don't lose power. I hope you guys will join us tonight. Me, Jeff, and Sean are back 7:30 p.m. Eastern time on the YouTube live. So please join us. We're going to be doing score predictions. Holy crap, the birds are going ape shit. Watch out. Don't fly into the freaking window. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be doing score predictions for every single game on the Buckeyes schedule this year. So please join us. Bring your predictions. We might relive some of last year's jackass predictions. There's some outlandish ones by us and by you people. So come in, join us, hop in the comments, and let's get geared up for this 2024 season. That's all I got for you today. Talk to you tomorrow. Go Bucks.